most sparkful girlfriend in the world.
I thought you needed a break.
It's the tide coming in. It looks beautiful. Listen. Remember our first date at that Mediterranean restaurant? They had a big mural of the sea.
The food was terrible.
What wasn't it?
I have just moved there. I didn't go anywhere else yet.
You're lucky I went. I nearly didn't.
Imagine if that had happened. Where do you think you'd be now?
Probably still at home. I barely left the house back then.
3 years ago. You were so scared of everything. You could only kiss me on the cheek. Think how far you've come.
Thank you. Thank you for doing this. I'm sorry I've been like...
Don't worry. It's not your fault.
You're the only person I've got left.
All you have to do is tell Chris what happened and Josh will be gone.
I know.
You reminds me of those bastards at school who push you over in the corridor and make fun of you when you tell the teacher.
Nicola, can we just drop it, please?
You're right. No use thinking about it now. Do you want to stand in the sea?
Actually, I'm fine here.
Are you sure?
It's probably freezing. And I don't want to get my feet all sandy. Can't I just sit here with you for a while? We've been driving for so long.
You were sleeping in the car.
I wasn't. I was resting my eyes, and that's very tiring. I must have packed a bigger one. Or more than one.
It's okay. You're only little.
I can't lie on that.
There you go.
What about you?
There. Good night.
You're crushing me out. Alright. It looked a lot bigger on eBay.
Are you sure it wasn't Photoshop?
Do you think I'm naive?
It's only a beach towel.
I mean, in general.
A little bit.
Wow.
You asked. You're the only person I know who genuinely thinks the DFS sale must end Tuesday.
Am I too naive?
Of course not. Who said that?
No one. Just sometimes I think I'd be better off in one of those famous 5 books. They never had to worry about what people really thought about them. And all of the bad people. They came with red flags.
In a famous 5 book, you'd probably be a red flag.
Why? Oh, yeah.
Did you actually read those?
Nan bought them for me. I thought it'd be great to go exploring the countryside. You know, without really putting yourself in any danger.
We could do that. Together. If Josh got fired, someone would need to take his job.
That's horrible.
It's not horrible. Josh was horrible. Don't you think he deserves this?
I can't go back to work on Monday.
That won't won't solve anything. People like that will never learn their lesson unless you fight back.
Don't even think about it. I'll never be able to go back now. They probably all hate me now anyway.
That's ridiculous. Why would they hate you?
Nepotism.
We needed a receptionist. I told Chris you needed a job.
And I'm terrible at it.
That's not true.
And Josh is there.
You can't let one idiot ruin all the work you've done.
I don't care. Every time I go there, I'm going to think of everyone laughing at me.
They weren't laughing at you.
That's not what Josh said. Prick. It was horrible.
How do you even remember? You fell asleep after half an hour.
We should just let it go.
Why?
It's pointless.
It was illegal.
And if we report him, we'll have to go through all this paperwork and lawyers. And that is just going to make things worse.
You have to do something. He'll never learn if you don't.
But he'll hate me.
You care about that.
He could track me down.
You don't think he could actually do that?
No.
I don't know many insurance salesmen with mafia connections.
People like him aren't worth our time.
He's an idiot. He doesn't deserve to keep his job.
Oh, so then you can go and swoop in and take it from him?
Don't feel bad for him. When a 35-year-old salesman walks into a company Christmas party with hot brownies and brags how he's going to trick a receptionist into eating them, he deserves everything coming to him.
You saw him walk in with him?
Well, I may have.
You knew about the brownies. Did you let this happen so that Josh would get fired?
What was I supposed to do? Protect him from being stupid?
How much did you know? He was planning on tricking you.
We can barely afford our flat when both of us working. If I got promoted, it would solve that. You're letting this get way out of hand.
How am I supposed to trust anyone when I can't even rely on my own girlfriend to protect me?
I am protecting you. Would you rather you kept on working with someone secretly laughing at you behind your back?
If you knew about this at the Christmas party, why didn't you tell Chris then? You could have got Josh fired right there.
Of course I couldn't.
Why not?
Well, Chris pretty much promised I'd be promoted if Josh were gone. If I went up to him at the party and grassed Josh up, it would look like I was trying to get him fired.
But you are.
If Chris thinks I'm the kind of person who goes around getting people fired, he'll never be able to trust me. It will look a lot better if you tell him.
As long as you thought of assassination, bro.
I was thinking of you. All the time, I was only thinking of you. We're a team. You know I care about you, right?
And your bloody promotion.
You said you wanted to go to the countryside and stay in a little cottage. If I got promoted, we could do that together. I want you to be happy. I really, really want you to be happy.
You think this is the way to make me happy?
Look, I'm sorry, Kate. It was a stupid idea from the start. Once this is over, I promise, I'll never do anything like that again.
Right.
And if anyone even thinks about drugging you, I'll kill them before they even get near you. With my mafia connections.
Fine. I'll talk to Chris on Monday.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I love you.
Yes, you're right. We just took pride on it. It wasn't as bad as I imagined, but I don't think I'll ever have it again. And Josh does deserve it. When you think about it, people like that shouldn't even be working in an office. You spend all that time getting to know someone, and when you think they'll be right by your side, they go and push you over. Just because it seemed like a good idea at the time.
I think the tide's going back. Let's stand in the sea. It'll make you feel better.